Now Universal has announced the full list, right, for the Unmasking the Horror Tour. We're getting Conjuring and Saw House.
Now this is such a good Easter egg. Let's talk about the Dr.Oddfellow symbol real quick.
Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Orlando. It is time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2023 update. The Halloween Horror Nights shirt of the day is from Halloween Horror Nights 2006, Sweet 16. But on that note, let's play a little commercial and then we'll head in.
Turn 16. 4 of the most horrifying figures return to Universal Studios for a Halloween homecoming you won't want to miss. Come, celebrate the nightmare. Halloween Horror Nights hotel and ticket packages start at just $79. Spend the night and see if you can handle 4 times the fear. To book your package, call now or visit HalloweenHorrorNights.com.
They don't make commercials like they used to for HHN.
What in the world is going on with guest relations today? The line goes all the way back here.
Now, the first little scare zone, again, we're heading to the Dr.Oddfellow scare zone. They've added some more lights and kind of a maybe stage above. Looks like someone might be up there.
They also have a bunch more lighting right up there. Again, it wouldn't be HHN without some more lighting. Oh my gosh, look at this. These lights are gonna move, right? So they're gonna be moving all around, and then these are stationary lights. Power cords go into the lights here. And we got a bunch of new stuff happening in the Dark Zodiac scare zone. Some power cables wrapped up right here. Again, the lights have multiplied overnight every 5 feet here. At every single inch of the park, they are brand new lights. Now they've added all these new little different creatures from like the Zodiac. We got a line here, it looks like a Leo, but you have like blood coming out of its eyes. All right, so if you look over here, you got the stairs for the scare actor to go up on. They might be just on that little mark, but there's not too much area here for the scare actor to be, because there's like this pole gonna be poking at their head. There's more room around this little pipe right over here, but there's no stairs, and they're kind of facing the sidewalk and not the scare zone. I'm excited to see like the different creature designs that they come up with.
Over here on this pole, there's like a little hook on the end over here. There's gonna be something attached to the end over here, or like a weight or something, and maybe the scare actor can interact with it over here.
I think there might be a dunking body maybe, because it goes all the way down. Hello Kitty is out meeting and greeting. She's just skipping around, living her best life over here. We have another stage here, right? Some stairs, do not climb sign. This is gonna be a scorpion, right? For Scorpio. And it looks like a giant fan almost. It'll be interesting to see what they do. This is here where you put a hook or something in, so I wonder what else they're gonna add. Now next to the crepe stand in Cafe La Bamba, they've brought back the Day of the Dead stand. Now this had a lot of great food last year. It looks very similar to the exact same booth that they had. It'll be bright and vibrant. They got some good alcohol here. We're gonna see probably the menus pop up within the next week or two. Like this literally popped up overnight. They built this in a night. I don't know how they're doing this. Fountain here. This is also well themed for the Day of the Dead. Just so bright and vibrant. There's gonna be a lot of people getting some great photo ops over here. Now it looks like the skulls are kind of translucent. I wonder if they're gonna glow or not. They have Shrek meeting right over there in Shrek's little grotto by the media center. Big changes here in the Jungle of Doom scare zone. Now this is such a good Easter egg. Versal Airways, right? For Universal Airways.
If you didn't know, way back in the day, the old like logo, there was a plane that would go by the planet, right? For Universal Studios like production. This is a fun little non-Easter egg to that. Did Dr.Oddfellow crash here? How did this plane get here?
There's still no design for the base. A lot of great distressing. The base is pretty massive to hold this down. We also have the fogger right over there. We have a little planter here with a palm tree. If you look inside, they got the planter. I wonder if they'll have any more design or foliage or something popping out. We got some luggage crates from the plane crash, it looks like. You know, it's distressed with a bunch of moss on it. Kind of looks like Reagan's vomit a little bit. They have another little ruin with a palm tree sticking out of it. Again, nothing really inside we can see on the tape. Just says #1. We got some more crates over here. There's some sacks of something. They've just added, again, more crates. Nothing too big yet, just kind of the little palm trees and then the areas with the crates.
Now the Jungle of Doom, it's not the first time we've seen that within HHN. There was a house. Okay, so as we know, this scare zone is called Jungle of Doom, right? But if we go all the way back into the day to Halloween Horror Nights 13, we had the Jungle of Doom. So the description for the house was, face the curse of bloodthirsty zombies after trespassing on an ancient burial ground of lost souls, where even the pounding of tribal drums can't drown out your screams. Like all of the houses in 2003, this house allegedly had 13 scenes. The house would be set in the jungle and would feature cannibalistic island natives wearing loincloths. The entrance scene was a room lined with bones. You enter a room lined with cages. Inside the cages is a charred body bound, hanging upside down, with a scare actor hanging in the cage. The house had rooms where you push through hanging bodies, lots of stages with scare actors on them. There were also some animatronics. Now the backstory for this scare zone, we're gonna kind of dive a little deeper into it a little later, but it sounds like Dr. Oddfellow is gonna be getting a crystal skull from this island scene. So I'm wondering if this story will all tie together.
Set of crates here. Set of crates here. It's just kind of like a copy and paste. They're pretty much the exact same set. Now on the crate it says the Business Wood Association.
Okay, time out. Universal, don't hate me if you put numbers and letters on boxes and stuff. We're gonna research and find out if it means anything. This company is an actual real company. It's called APA, right? Now, the scare zone takes place in the 1920s, but the stamp of the company, they started in 1933. So technically, this wood is from the future. There's your answer to the little stamp. Doesn't fit with the timeline. I'm sorry, Universal.
Our first bit of blood in a scare zone. Slowly working on Shrek's swamp in his house, but this is opened up. This kind of was walled off. Remember we had like the little planters and seats where you could sit after many drinks and pizza fries to kind of relax outside the bathroom. There's nothing here now. That's all been removed and ripped up. We did get some more planters over here. Then when you're exiting ET, they have these bent trees up that make you feel like you're in the California forest. Because you can see they're bending them kind of like how they have them in Seuss Land. Like you can get right up here and look at the construction. Tarped off a little bit, but again, this is be kind of like Shrek's swamp hut. Then there's like this cinder block building that has popped up right here. If you remember, this is kind of where that slide used to be for Kid Zone. If you come back here by Kid Zone Pizza, you get still a seating area. They have the Coke freestyle machines open, but it's really hidden behind all the construction. You gotta follow like a little Epcot construction maze to get back here. This can't be real. They have no construction walls here in Springfield. The sign, the little statue has popped up of the whole family in front of the Simpsons ride. They've been refurbing this, so it's a brand new paint job on it. I never noticed how strange Marge's mouth looks. Just like one eyeball dot. Everybody else has a mouth and Marge just has this like dark hole. I can't unsee that now. Then the construction walls have come down over here. We'll probably see more of those little carnival games pop up. As you can see, there's a little box right here hiding something. Probably in the next week, we'll see the little carnival games come back over here. Still nothing new with the truss work.
But we did get some updates about what's going on with the scare actors out in Hollywood. They've done their test fitting. They're still casting in for Orlando. I know people are still waiting for emails to come back. People have been casted as of last night. So if you're still waiting to be casted, they're still casting people for Halloween Horror Nights 2023 for Orlando.
See if there's anything new happening with the Peacock bar. Now this truss work has been moved out. You know, again, we're gonna be kind of entering into like a Peacock nightclub that they're saying. So probably some fun lights happen. I'm sure the lighting team is gonna go wild in here. I cannot wait to see it. So will David S. Pumpkins be meeting here, or will he be meeting back there in the corner? We still don't know. And will he have his two skeleton friends with him? Not too much happening with the crane and the boxes over here. Behind the crates, there's a door for a scare actor to enter into. So that means we'll see a scare actor pop out right there. So next to the truss work over here, we got our first fog machine that popped up right there. Now this is an interesting little cube box, right? It's rusted and distressed a little bit. Now if you look down here, you can kind of see like a little porthole, and it's clear. So I'm guessing they'll probably have a projection of something being like contained in this little cube thing, maybe a little mermaid or something in there, but I'm sure we'll have a little light or something happening within this cube. I feel like Dom should be pulling this around Universal Studios with his charger. This kind of looks like the safe from Fast and the Furious.
Okay, in other news, there's a lot of stuff happening at Six Flags Magic Mountain for Fright Fest. I think I'm gonna probably go this year because of the houses that were announced. So first off, we have a new character coming, Nightmare, the father of all monsters. He just kind of looks like a very evil pumpkin Stitch. And then we have some concept art for kind of the way that you walk in the City Under Siege pixel portal. And we have the City Under Siege main area. A lot of really cool lighting. So this is gonna be the expansion that's gonna be happening this year for 2023. But now it's time for the IP houses. That's right, Six Flags is getting IP houses to compete with the Universal Studios. I was not expecting this one to be announced at Midsummer. New for Fright Fest, dare to enter the secluded farmhouse of the Perrin family that has been terrorized and plagued by sinister spirits inspired by the film The Conjuring. Six Flags is getting a freaking Conjuring house. That's happening happening. That is amazing. Now, if you didn't know, Warner Brothers has a partnership, right, with Six Flags. That's why you'll see some of the IPs from Warner Brothers pop up within the Six Flags parks, but we've never really had IPs for Fright Fest. This is like a big step forward, but there's not just one IP house, there's two. The next one is gonna be experience the return of Jigsaw as you attempt to survive his ingenious and terrifying traps in the untold story of his most personal game yet, inspired by the upcoming release of Saw X. We're getting a Conjuring and Saw House coming to Six Flags Magic Mountain this year.
All right, something's about to happen. We got one camera over here, two cameras out over here. They're filming over here, probably for a commercial or something. I feel like the Electric Mayhem should be driving this. Some wonderful, fun 70s design. We do have some tints so you can't see what's going on inside. So I wonder if there'll be projections from within here. We got a giant heart on the back, but it's all hand painted, you can see. But on this side, you can just see some more hearts, some eyeballs, and some more hearts. And they also have some crates here. They have a themed little kind of a 70s sign that says, please do not climb. So we have a speaker system here. And we do have a truck lube #1 sign. It goes up till 2002. So they'll probably have to remove that sticker to fit back into the 60s and 70s. They put blocks on all the wheels. Please do not climb Halloween Horror Nights. They've locked up the hood. We do have a horn. And then there is a from James State Show from 2007. We have some motorcycles that have popped up over here. More bikes over here by the stage. They've all been painted black. I wonder if we'll see anything pop up on them.
Stranger Things news. On Walmart.com, they're currently selling a Demigorgon. This is just not your average little Demigorgon. This is a life-size Netflix Stranger Things animated giant 7.5 feet tall Demigorgon. Sucker's gonna be $400. And then here's how it's gonna look outside your house. That's pretty wild. I cannot wait to see that in person. Hopefully they have it at Walmart, just towering over the entire Halloween section.
All these cans have popped up. They all say United We Stand, and it has different states on them. So like one is what, North or South Dakota, another one is Hawaii, another one is California. So I wonder if that's maybe blood for the vampires in these cans they've collected from different states, or just kind of one of those like fundraisers that they used to do for the concerts back in the day. What's the backstory behind those little cans right there?
A little deeper dive into United We Stand. There's an actual song called United We Stand by the Brotherhood of Man, and the song was released in 1969, the same year of the Scare Zone. The genres include pop and Halloween music, so it's a fun little Easter egg. We'll see how this ties into the story.
Fog machine right down here by the stage. Let's talk about the Dr.Oddfellow symbol real quick. So in all the promotional art for every single Scare Zone, you're gonna see the symbol or symbols pop up within the promotional art. You can see it right here, and then also right here, and then right here, and then also pops up right over here. And if you look really closely, it's gonna be right here. So it's gonna connect everything together back to Dr.Oddfellow, right? He's kind of the icon of this year. We thought this was a camera, but there's actually a giant spotlight. So we got the refurb for Rip Ride Rocket coming up. I wonder if we'll get the Chucky little audio that happens for the secret menu where you do 666 and he pops up. The banner that's normally here is missing now.
Some of you guys were asking, is Scare Actor Dining coming back? I was told no. They're doing that really expensive $170 2-hour all-you-can-eat sample size food for Halloween Horror Nights, but they're not doing a Scare Actor Dining, which is kind of sad. Maybe there might be an actor that shows up at that special preview thing. For $170, there better be. It is raining now, so let's go back to the office and we'll talk about all the houses that were announced for the Unmasking the Horror Tour. Okay, now guys, we're backing up. We got a couple little spooky updates before we talk about the full Unmasking the Horror Tour list. So the Taste of Terror little dining package, right, where it's $170 to do the sampling. Universal is now offering annual pass holder discount for 15%. I've already paid for it and there was no place for an annual pass holder discount, so I wonder if I can like call and get that 15% off discount. I'll keep you updated, but now they have a discount for the $170 taste testing thing. I'm guessing it's not selling now. Then we also had a tweet from John Murdy. John Murdy said this: back in the saddle and deep in the grind for HHN 2023. Started doing lighting last night for Chucky, Universal Monsters, and a house to be named later. More lighting walks tonight. A lot of work to be done, but things are looking good. Now, when I was out in Hollywood, I was kind of talking to all my people out there, and it does sound like we are getting the Evil Dead Rises house out there. It has not been officially announced. We're still waiting on the Evil Dead house to be announced, and then also another original house. We still have the Midsummer original house video coming, I promise. It's awesome. In other spooky news, Mattel is releasing a Annabelle, that's right, Annabelle Monster High doll. And then Hollow Scream Busch Gardens announced the returning house announcement. The witch is back, and just as wicked as ever, curiosity has brought many travelers to this dark forest, but only bone-chilling stories and dying screams make their way out. Now, Universal has announced the full list, right, for the Unmasking the Horror Tour. If you don't know what the Unmasking the Horror Tour, it's like an extra paid little event that you can do before HHN. During the middle of the day when the lights are all on, you kind of do a private behind the scenes walkthrough of the houses. You can take photos and appreciate all the details that the creative team put in there. There's also hidden Easter eggs literally just for the Unmasking the Horror Tour fans. So there's the 6-house tour and the 3-house tour. So first off, let's talk about what's gonna be offered in the 3-house tour. The 3-house tour, the houses that you're gonna walk through is gonna be The Last of Us, The Darkest Deal, and then Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins. I cannot wait to walk through Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins and see the backstory with Jack and Dr. Oddfellow. I'm sure there's some crazy Easter eggs that the creative team put in there. And then for the 6-house tour, you're gonna be going through Universal Monsters Unmasked, Chucky, Ultimate Kill Count, Stranger Things Season 4, Yeti, Campground Kills, Dueling Dragons, Choose Thy Fate, and Blood Moon Dark Offerings. So if you have not purchased your tickets yet for Unmasking the Horror Tour, I highly suggest you do that because they will kind of sell out because the houses are so detailed this year. Like, I'm so excited. It's gonna be awesome. So guys, on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button, join the family.
We love the family.
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Halloween Horror Nights and Universal Studios around the country. I love you all, and I'll see y'all very soon.
Truck's little grotto.
I'm here at the gas station. What sick person just literally hid these donut holes behind here so only people on this side could see them? They're all hidden on that side.